Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Three Times N News Network. This is your host, Joey Neb, here at the 9 p.m. Three Times N News Network Sunday special. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have it. This is your host, Joey Neb, live here in New Hampshire, and let's get the show on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joey Neb. We will be starting live in just 3 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Just 3 minutes. Be patient, and I'll see you at 9 o'clock. Can't wait. This is your favorite channel, Three Times That News Network, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joey Neb, here live at the 9 p.m. Three Times N News Network Sunday special. That's what we call when we go live here on the news network on Sundays. Ladies and gentlemen, I also wanted to make a quick announcement. Sometimes I announce Saturday and Sunday on the show, and the show doesn't happen only because of the fact that something came up. Um, if I don't show up, I definitely will be doing Sunday 9 p.m. No questions asked, no excuses. So, but Saturday can go either way. I will put it on the taskbar on the bottom of the screen, giving you Lisa heads up that there will be news Saturday or not. Just got to stay tuned and be patient here on the 3 Times Ed News Network. Um, let's get this show on the road today. It's April 30th, year 2023, 9:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in New Hampshire. This is your host, Joey Neb. I want to thank you to all my followers, all my subscribers. Click like, subscribe, join Twitch, join YouTube, meet us on Facebook, Nebuchadnezzar News Network on Facebook. We also have Nebuchadnezzar on Twitter as well, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to contact me, you have questions, you can always hit me up on Twitch during the live stream, YouTube on the live stream, or you can ask me more privately on Facebook or Messenger. Hit me up. Be glad to answer everyone's questions. Once again, I want to thank you to everyone here on the 3 Times Ed News Network, following your most updated news locally and independently, and internationally here at the News Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get the show on the road. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here I've chose BBC.com news. They are explaining this is a Ukraine in maps tracking the war with Russia. This was created by the visual journalism team from the BBC News, which will give us the most updates what's going on with Ukraine. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Russia has targeted cities across Ukraine in a new wave of missile strikes. Here are the latest developments. Cities including Kyiv, Kharkiv, Lviv, and Odessa have been hit by Russian missiles. Power at the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant was lost for several hours. Heavy fighting continues around Bakhmut in the east of the country. Front lines in the south around Kherson are largely stable. Missile strikes across Ukraine. On Thursday, Russian missile strikes targets in cities across Ukraine, killing at least 9 people. Buildings and infrastructure were hit in Kyiv, Odessa, Kharkiv, with power blackouts in several areas. Ukraine and Russia had fired 81 missiles, the largest number in a single wave for several weeks. And here is the Russian missile strikes across Ukraine map. As you can see, it hit Lviv, Ravine, Vinnytsia, Kyiv, Poltava, Kharkiv, Dnipro, Zaporizhzhia, Odessa, and Kherson were the targets that were hit. In the purple is where held or regained by Ukraine, so they regained some land, and been just holding it down in these areas, along with the front line right here, not too far from Donetsk and such forth. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. 5 people were killed in Lviv, while other targets include Dnipro, Kherson, and Zhytomyr. I can't pronounce that. Russia said Kinzhal hypersonic missiles will launch in the attacks. A strike at the Zaporizhia nuclear power station cut off the plant off from the Ukrainian power system for several hours, according to the nuclear energy operator Euratom. For for the sixth time since it was taken over by Russia a year ago, the facility operated on diesel generators, which have enough supplies to last at least 10 days. The head of the UN nuclear watchdog, the IAEA, has issued an urgent warning about safety at the plant. How can this be allowed to happen one day? Our luck will run out, said Rafael Grossi. Fighting rages around Bakhmut in the east. Ukrainian forces are holding on the eastern city of Bakhmut under intense pressure from the regular Russian troops and the Wagner Group mercenaries fighting on the Russian side. Institute for the Study of War. Okay. March 9th. That's from the source for this map here. So it's, I believe it's, yeah, it could be outdated still. I don't know. But that's what it says. On Wednesday, the Wagner Group leader, Evgeny Prigozhin, said that his forces have captured all eastern Bakhmut. The Institute for the Study of War, the ISA, said that the claim was consistent with available visual evidence. Why Bakhmut matters for Russia and Ukraine? Has Putin's war failed? Many military analysts say the city of the limited strategic significance. Russian forces remain unlikely to rapidly exploit a breakthrough beyond Bakhmut, and the Russian forces captured the city, says the ISW. The UK Ministry of the Defense noted in December that capturing the city will potentially allow Russia to threaten the larger urban areas of the Kramatorsk and Sloviansk. Western officials estimate between 20,000 and 30,000 Russian troops have been killed or injured so far and around Bakhmut. Wow. Just wow, ladies and gentlemen. Do you see that number? All right, I'm gonna reread it, okay, and highlight it for you. The Western officials estimate between 20,000 and 30,000 Russian troops have been killed or injured so far in and around Bakhmut. That is a lot of troops. A lot of troops just to die in one city. I'm telling you right now, the Russian forces and the ground, they're very weak. The fighting is part of the Russian spring offensive, which many analysts say is now underway. Michael Kaufman of the U.S.-based Center for Naval Analysis says that so far Russia's gains have been underwhelming. But he adds, Ukraine may struggle to find weakness in Russian defense to mount a counterattack, as Russian troop positions have been heavily reinforced. Front lines in the south stable. In the south of the country, artillery strikes continue around Kherson. Russian troops withdraw to the left bank or the eastern side of the Dnipro River in November. Strikes by Ukrainian forces equipped with the U.S. supply HIMARS multiple rocket launchers had made Russia position unstable. On Wednesday, Ukraine said its forces had destroyed a Russian ammunition depot to the west of Kherson, but many analysts assess that the front lines around the city are unlikely to change in the short term, as Russia has built strong forces for its troops and equipment in the area. For more than a year of fighting, Russia's invasion began with dozens of missile strikes on cities all over Ukraine before dawn of February 24, 2022. More than a year since Russian invasion, how military control Ukraine has changed during the war. February 2022, before the invasion, this is this map here. March 2022, Russian rapid advance. Don't you remember this moment? They start taking the whole northern to the eastern, and then this part of the area right here, where if you see my mouse, They regrouped to come back here, and now they're going this way, going towards west. All right. On 2022, Ukraine regains ground. So here you go. Ukraine has recovered Kharkiv. Now in March 2023, current situation. It doesn't look like they did Russia got anywhere with this, really, besides just the eastern flank. Um but this was a year ago from October to March, almost let's see, November, December, January, February, March. 5 months. 5 months apart. These two right here. So okay. Russian group Russian group troops moving quickly within a few weeks were in control of a large area of Ukraine. They had advanced to the suburbs of Kiev and controlled much of the north and east of the country and around Sumy. Russian forces were bombarding Kharkiv, and they had taken territory in the east and south as far as Kherson and surrounding port of Mariupol. But they hit very strong Ukrainian resistance almost everywhere and faced serious logistical problems with poorly motivated Russian troops suffering shortages of food, water, and ammunition. Hmm. Do I feel bad? No, I don't. I do not feel bad for the Russian troops suffering without, you know, food, water, and ammunition. I mean, this is you can't blame how I feel because if you really think about it, they're the enemy. Not all Russians are the enemy. Okay, there are nice Russians and there are bad Russians, like any other race, like any other culture. You have your good and bad all over. Okay, but when it comes down to this war, the Russian Federation is against our freedom, and so that makes it the enemy. All right. Ukrainian forces were also quick to deploy Western supply arms such as the NLAW anti-tank system, which proved highly effective against the Russian advance. More Western arms followed, and by October, the picture had changed dramatically. Having failed to take Kyiv, Russia had withdrawn completely from the north. Ukraine, its first major success, pushing Russia back from Kharkiv, counterattacking around Kherson. 1 year since the invasion, Ukraine is in control of Kherson and largely containing, for now, the Russia advance in the east. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank the BBC.com for their update and the tracking of the war with Ukraine and Russia. Let's go to our buddy Mamet. He lives in Kiev. And we're going to see what he had news to promote. Here we go. This is Yarukon. He's a war reporter in Kiev. Okay, NAFO. We are the NFO, independent journalists. Okay. You want to support him? You can. His PayPal link is down below. This is on Twitter.com. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you can find the 3 Times N News Network on Twitter, and you can always contact me. Here is it's at Joey Neb from New Hampshire, 3 Times N News Network. You'll find me on Twitter as well. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Mehmet has 2,040 following and 2,713 followers. Okay, and let's go to his page. All right. 2 hours ago, Mehmet has covered a little caveat. Do not click on links in such posts. It may contain harmful content browser-based viruses can affect. Okay. Well, thank you for that, Mohammed. I appreciate that. All right, moving forward. All right, 3 hours ago, Russian activity spreads fake news about the attack on Pavlograd chemical factory. Here he has a video. Let's check it out, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, where's my sound? I don't think this his sound is working for this video. Well, there we go. He's reporting that Russia is giving out fake news in Pavlograd, Ukraine. And here is the proof of the chemical warfare. As you can see clearly, it's been caught on camera. The truth. Right before your eyes, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the 3 Times N News Network. I wish we had some sound. All right. Let's see if this video has some sound. Testing, all right. Everything is on. I'll see. Yeah, it's the video, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do a test run, see if it's really the video. All right. Hold on, let's go to pick anything. All right. Click this for a minute. I gave you fair warning. Well, there's your proof, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Yeah, it's his video that he's posted. But as you see in front of you, this is in Dnipro. The most powerful explosion in Dnipropetrovsk region in Pavlograd. The authorities are asked not to go out into the street. And here we got sound, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Someone's ceiling has collapsed. As you see 4 hours ago. Here's some beautiful pictures he put up for Ukraine. Thank you, Mehmet, for this news. We appreciated you here on the 3 Times N News Network. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday additional fire trucks arrived to extinguish the fire. There is no threat to civilian objects. No one was hurt, according to the governor, Mikhail. Fuel is burning, so it'll take time to put out the fire. And what hit that oil tank was a kamikaze drone, went straight into the fuel tank, and it caused a massive explosion. Locals write that they saw the UAV with their own eyes flying directly over Finland. And look at that massive fire, ladies and gentlemen. That is huge. Huge, huge fire. Oh, Mac. See them oil tanks blowing up. Within an hour, the flames also increased, but the local road governor writes that everything is under control. A UAV drone attacked the oil depot in Zevasol. The head of the region, Mikhail. And here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your host, Joey Neb, and thank you for watching the 3 Times N News Network. This is your Sunday special, ladies and gentlemen. It is 9:24 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here live in the states of New Hampshire. And we want to thank Lamet for this wonderful news that he posts on his page. You can always support him. Um, all his information is on Twitter. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. You can write directly to his PayPal account and give him some support. He's living in Ukraine right now in Kiev, and hope things are well, brother. Keep your head up. Slava Ukraine. All right, we are going to move forward, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to take a brief intermission. Every 30 minutes, we will start a new live feed here on the 3 Times N News Network, but we will get the news done here. This is your host, Joey Neb, and see you in a few minutes while I set everything else up. Thank you for watching the 3 Times N News Network, and we will be back live shortly in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Thank you.